So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. That'll result here a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
The first play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch up on the backfield, be able to get him in the 2nd round? That's what I call a steal. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Push him back. Push him back. Back. Check 26, check 26.
On 2nd down now. It's Hines. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 79 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
For the extra point.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On third down, Dobbins, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 35.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Again on second and 10, it's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jackson on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's second and 10. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Results.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And he's got some space here. 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Carrier. Julian Blackman on the tackle. A gain of 5.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Now a carry for Dobbins. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Third and goal.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now fourth and goal. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. His second touchdown of the night. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
Tucker lining up
So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. They begin the drive with Hines. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st down, Indianapolis.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now. Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down inside the 15 he goes. 3rd and medium. They opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Tackle made at the 9-yard line. 4 yards.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his second touchdown of the night. And the Colts add on to their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Colts 31, Ravens 14. Rigoberto Sanchez.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to let it fly. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
48-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
14. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Ball carrier.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run here with Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Steps away. And that's caught inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards. Use their